What if I told you the compliments you think women want to hear are actually hurting your attraction? It sounds strange, right? Because most of us have been taught that telling a woman you're beautiful or you're amazing is the right way to show appreciation or interest. But here's the truth. Every time you say those words, while you might think you're being sweet or kind, you're actually blending into a sea of sameness. You become just another voice saying the same thing everyone else says. The Stoics, those ancient philosophers who studied human nature and the art of living well, understood something modern men often forget. The most powerful words aren't the ones that simply flatter the ego. Instead, they are the words that cut through the surface and speak directly to the soul. Today, I want to share with you 3 compliments that are so powerful, so rare, that most men never think to use them. These aren't pickup lines, and they're not manipulative tactics. They're grounded in timeless wisdom and rooted deeply in truth. But here's a fair warning. Once you start using these kinds of compliments, you can't go back to the shallow, surface-level validation that most people settle for. The first compliment is this: I respect how you handle difficulty. When most men compliment women, they default to the obvious. You have a beautiful smile. Your eyes are stunning. Or you have great style. These are safe, predictable, and frankly, instantly forgettable. There's nothing wrong with noticing beauty. It's natural and fine in its place. But it's also superficial if that's all you ever say. A man with depth, a man who wants to be truly memorable, looks beyond the surface. He pays attention to who a woman is. When life gets messy, when challenges arise, and when the easy smiles disappear. Let me tell you a story. I once dated a woman named Sarah. She was undeniably beautiful, but that's not what made her unforgettable. Her father fell seriously ill out of the blue. While many people around her lost control or gave in to despair, Sarah stayed grounded. She took charge, organized the family's needs, made tough decisions, and quietly carried the weight without showing weakness. When she finally allowed herself to cry, she did it alone, after everything was handled. In that moment, I looked her in the eye and said, I respect how you handle difficulty. Most people fall apart under pressure. You don't. You become more of yourself. That moment shifted everything between us. Why? Because I wasn't complimenting her looks. I was recognizing her strength, her resilience, her character. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, said, "The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it." Complimenting how someone handles adversity is a way of recognizing their choices, not their genetics or their job title, but who they are at their core, especially when things get hard. That's what truly defines a person. The second compliment is, you have a rare kind of intelligence. When most people hear the word intelligence, they think of degrees, job titles, or memorized facts. But the Stoics taught us that wisdom is the highest form of intelligence. Epictetus didn't praise people for what they knew. He praised them for how clearly they could think. When you recognize and articulate how someone's mind works, you're acknowledging something they have cultivated their entire life. But just saying you're smart doesn't cut it. It's generic and easily dismissed. To truly compliment someone's intelligence, you have to be specific. Maybe she has intuitive intelligence, the ability to read between the lines and pick up on things others miss. Maybe she connects ideas in creative ways that surprise you. That's a rare and valuable creativity. Maybe she asks deep questions that get to the heart of complex issues. That's analytical thinking at its finest. Or perhaps her emotional intelligence is so strong that she senses what others are feeling before a word is spoken. The key is to notice the unique way her mind operates, her mental patterns, her way of interpreting the world. You're not complimenting what she learned in school or on a resume. You're acknowledging the unique inner workings of her mind, the lens through which she sees and processes everything. That kind of compliment resonates because it honors something deeply personal and often overlooked. When you start giving compliments like these, something amazing happens. You don't just say words, you make someone feel seen, understood, and respected. This kind of recognition creates a connection far beyond surface-level attraction. It shows you're paying attention, that you value what lies beneath, and that you appreciate the real person, not just an image. These compliments remind us all that attraction isn't about shallow words or fleeting flattery. It's about honoring the essence of someone's character and intellect. It's about being real and authentic in a world full of superficiality. So the next time you want to compliment someone, don't reach for the obvious phrases. Instead, look deeper. Notice how they respond to challenges. Observe how their mind works. Speak to those qualities with honesty and precision. You might be surprised at how deeply those words are received, how they open doors to genuine connection, and how they change the way people see you, not just as someone who's interested, but as someone who truly gets them. Compliment number 3. You bring out something better in people. This is the nuclear option, the compliment that cuts through the noise and bypasses defenses, going straight to the soul. It's not about what someone looks like or what they've achieved, but the subtle, almost invisible ways they change the world around them. Stoic philosophy teaches us that our highest purpose is to contribute to the greater good, to make the world better, even if only in small, quiet ways, simply through our presence and the way we interact with others. When you recognize a woman's ability to elevate those around her, you're affirming something few people ever truly notice: her positive impact on the people she meets. This kind of recognition is rare because it requires real presence and observation, qualities that are becoming increasingly scarce in today's fast-paced, surface-level world. I saw the power of this compliment firsthand at a friend's birthday party. His girlfriend, Emma, wasn't the loudest person in the room, nor was she the center of attention. She didn't seek the spotlight, but she was changing the energy of the gathering in quiet, powerful ways. She asked thoughtful questions that drew people in, making the shy or withdrawn guests feel welcome and included. When a political argument flared between two guests, she diffused the tension effortlessly, not by raising her voice, but by calmly redirecting the conversation and reminding everyone of shared values. She did all this without trying to be seen or praised. Later that night, when the party was winding down and Emma was cleaning up while her boyfriend had passed out, on the couch, I approached her and said, "You know what I noticed tonight? You bring out something better in people. Every person who talked to you left feeling more confident, more connected. That's a rare and precious gift." She stopped what she was doing, looked me in the eye and said, "That's the most meaningful thing anyone has ever said to me. I never knew anyone noticed that." At that moment it hit me. Women are often praised for their appearance or achievements, but rarely for the way they affect the emotional and social atmosphere around them. And yet, this is often what they are most proud of: the ability to make people feel safe, heard, and energized simply by being themselves. Seneca once wrote, "Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end." When you recognize that someone sparks growth, confidence, or healing in others, you're seeing them not just as a person, but as a source of transformation, a catalyst for flourishing in the lives they touch. This is a deeply powerful and rare quality, but this compliment can't be vague or generic. It has to be precise and authentic. For example, you might say, "You make people feel safe to open up. I noticed how quickly everyone trusted you." Or, "You inspire others to explore their own thoughts. I saw how your questions made people think differently." Or even, "You believe in people in a way that helps them believe in themselves." These aren't just compliments about charm or beauty. They acknowledge a subtle but profound influence that changes lives quietly but meaningfully. What ties all three compliments together? Respecting how someone handles difficulty, recognizing a rare intelligence and acknowledging their power to elevate others is this. They are rooted in Stoic principles. They recognize virtue, wisdom, and contribution as the highest forms of value. They require presence, genuine curiosity, and appreciation for who someone really is beneath the surface. Most men never give these compliments because they're too focused on what they want from someone instead of truly seeing what that person offers to the world. But when you become the kind of man who pays attention to strength, to depth of thought, and to positive impact, you set yourself apart from the crowd in a way that's authentic and lasting. If you're ready to start noticing character over appearance, comment observer below. If you want to stick with the same shallow compliments every other guy uses, comment surface. And if this message resonated with you, subscribe for more content that blends ancient wisdom with modern attraction. Because the qualities that made a man truly great 2,000 years ago, courage, wisdom, presence, still work today if you're brave enough to live by them.